I want to take a few seconds at the beginning of this video to tell you about our other channel, The History of Weapons. That link is below. For the last several years, I, like many of you, have grown very, very frustrated with this very strange argument that why would you need an AR-style rifle or a battle rifle to hunt deer? And this idea that deer aren't wearing Kevlar and all that, you know, you don't need an AR-style rifle to hunt deer. Of course, they do make great deer rifles, by the way, but you do not need an AR-style rifle. You simple single shot will do. Black powder single shot would do. You don't need an AR to hunt deer. You need an AR to fight off a tyrannical government. That's what you need an AR for. The Second Amendment was not written to preserve your right to deer hunt or turkey hunt. The Second Amendment was written to fight off internally or externally a tyrannical threat to the state of the United States. How is it people don't see this? Because it's just such an ignorant argument, such an ignorant argument. You know, it's almost like telling me that I don't need a car to eat my breakfast in. Like, of course I don't need a car to eat my breakfast in. I need a car to get me from point A to point B. This is just... It has to stop, and I think the more that this argument comes, especially in the forefront of a State of the Union address, the more this argument comes out to the face of the world, anybody that brings that up just looks foolish. There is nothing in the Constitution or any of our founding documents that have anything to do with deer hunting. Everything was written so we can be free to be our own selves, to worship the God we wish to worship and raise the children we wish to raise. And do this without saying, under the direct order of the government, saying, well, you have to worship God this way, or you have to do it this way, or you have to live this way, or you have to give your money here, or you have to do these things. And as we've seen with this Second Amendment thing, especially, that there's this idea that somehow your rights, you know what, you don't have the right to have an AR-style rifle because deers only need one shot. They don't wear Kevlar. It's just maddening. So, you know, I've talked about this in the past. You know, of course you don't need an AR to deer hunt. And again, they do make great deer rifles. You need an AR to fight off a tyrannical military that will be using military-style weapons. How do you fight off a tyrannical military? You need military-style weapons to do so. Our forefathers knew it, and that freedom that is only given from God to be able to self-preserve, to be able to defend your home, be able to defend your family, and not be forced into slavery or be forced into some sort of tyrannical government, or forced to worship certain fake gods. Like, that's how the whole world has always been. And our founding fathers knew that, because that's how the world has always been. And they created this great experiment of the United States of America, this great experiment of what God has intended us to do, is to be free. But when there's evil in the world, you have to be able to defend yourself from evil. And often that evil comes in the form of tyrannical governments. And even if it just came in the form of somebody breaking into your house, you know, that's what you have a military-style rifle for. And again, it's not even military-style. The barrel's longer. You don't have a selector switch. It's about as close as we could get with still remaining within the law that is still very anti-Second Amendment in the first place. So just shut this down. You know, of course, you don't need a deer rifle or multi-shots to get a deer. I mean, you know, sometimes I do, by the way. I don't always get it on first shot, but even with that, one shot's all you need for a deer. You need an AR-style rifle to fight off tyrannical governments and to hold them at bay, knowing that the population is well equipped to put you in check. So love to hear your thoughts on all that. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir. Put them below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel to Patreon. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.